First off, I'd like to thank Type 1 Radio for having me on the show this week. It's always a pleasure talking to that crew. And a second thank you goes out to the judges at the Twilight Language Academy, who just gave an award for Synchro Mystic of the Year. It's kind of like the MTV Moon Man, but he's on a beer stein. Very prestigious. And the award goes to this guy right freaking here. It's time for Sync Quick News. In an ironic twist clearly indicative of the cluelessness of well-meaning activism, the environmental group Greenpeace caused irreparable damage to the environment at the Nazca Lines in Peru. Thanks a lot, Greenpeace. Now the ancient alien sky gods are on their way to kill us all for defiling their sacred landing site. Way to go! Goro Adachi noted another destroyed piece of history, focusing on the unearthing of two headless sphinxes. Oh wait, I found the heads. Osama is Arabic for lion and Japanese for king. Obama declared himself the Lion King the same weekend he announced Osama's death. He basically said, I killed the Lion King, now I am the Lion King. So we have two headless lions in the news, and then, oh, there it is. Creed singer threatens to kill Obama. But wait, there's more. Jeb Bush throws his hat into the presidential ring because we really need to play out the return of the Bush Kingdom. If the 2016 election turns into a choice between Bush and Clinton and the American people don't have a revolution on the spot, I don't know what else to say. Well, while we're at it, let's dig up more musty old relics. How about some spooky terrorism from ISIS? You may remember how I focused on chocolate in Orwell's 1984, back in episode 5 of Sync Quick News. Well, now we've got a hostage situation in a chocolate cafe. Lauren Coleman has collected many of the strange and sinky aspects of this story on his Twilight Language blog. You know, this is a good time to remind everyone that since this news is quick, you're only getting a fraction of the story unless you follow the reference links at thesyncbook.com/quick. Here's a few items to whet your appetite. Kevin McMahon notes this sign in front of the Lint Cafe reading, Deception, Fraud, Con. Reminds me of the London 77 ads on the side of the bus. The cafe and fountain have also been identified as notable Matrix filming locations. And The Matrix had an interesting view on chocolate. Lots of questions, but one author astutely wrote, regardless, the only thing we can know with absolute certainty is that the Sydney siege will be used as propaganda to the utmost effect by all Western and NATO governments in the push for further war abroad and an even greater police state at home. First they came for our chocolate, then they came for our crappy buddy comedies. The Sony hacking scandal will also be used to escalate global tensions. Check out the Digital Pearl Harbor from Michael Schott's Gosporn and other threads at the Kitchen Sink Facebook group. And finally tonight, a new paper that I wish I had written. The Elf on the Shelf is a doll that parents are instructed to hide around the house. The accompanying book describes elves hiding in children's homes each day during the holidays to monitor their behavior before returning to the North Pole each night with a report for the boss. Children may not touch the doll. They must accept that the doll watches them at all times with the purpose of reporting to Santa Claus. This is different from more conventional play with dolls, where children create play worlds born of their imagination, moving dolls and determining interactions with other people and other dolls. Rather, the hands-off, quote, play demanded by the elf is limited to finding but not touching the elf on the shelf every morning, and acquiescing to surveillance during waking hours under the elf's watchful eye. Reading this article is like listening to my own mental chatter as I try not to scream about the injustices of the world while attending family holiday functions, which I've got to do. So I probably won't see you next Thursday, but the elf assuredly will, since he's always watching.